This one mistake is why you wake up to pee at night. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, quietly slipping out of bed, tiptoeing across the floor in the dark just to go pee again? Maybe it happens once, maybe twice, or even more often than you'd like to admit, and when morning comes, instead of feeling rested, you feel drained before the day even begins. You might think this is just what happens with age, that your bladder has simply grown weaker with time, but that's not entirely true. In fact, in most cases. The reason older adults wake up to urinate isn't age, it's a small, overlooked mistake in the daily routine, one that throws the body's natural rhythm off course. Today, I want to gently guide you through 5 everyday habits that may be quietly disrupting your sleep and show you how small changes, made at the right time, can restore the deep, peaceful rest your body is still fully capable of. There's a name for waking up to urinate at night. It's called Nocturia. And while many people over 60 assume it's just part of getting older, the truth is, Nocturia is not inevitable. It's not something you just have to live with. Nocturia is the body's way of saying that something isn't aligned, that your bladder, kidneys, and sleep cycle are not working together the way they're meant to. When your sleep is interrupted, especially the deeper stages like REM sleep, it takes a toll. Your brain doesn't repair as fully, your memory becomes foggy, your immune system weakens, and over time, your mood, energy, and quality of life begin to suffer. But here's the good news. In more than 80% of cases, Nocturia is not caused by serious illness or irreversible aging. It's caused by specific lifestyle patterns that can be gently changed. Let's begin with the most common one, and the easiest to correct. Mistake 1. Drinking too much liquid too late. You may already know that drinking a glass of water right before bed can lead to nighttime bathroom visits. But what many people don't realize is that this also includes things like soup, fruit, milk, yogurt, or even herbal tea. These healthy choices can quietly add up, putting pressure on the bladder at the very moment your body is trying to rest. Your body produces a hormone called vasopressin, which naturally helps reduce urine production at night. It's your body's way of saying, let's sleep now, we'll handle fluids in the morning. But when you consume too many liquids, even water-rich foods in the 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, you overwhelm that natural system. The bladder fills faster, and your sleep is interrupted just as it begins to deepen. This isn't just about what you drink, it's about when you drink. A warm cup of tea at 9 p.m. might feel soothing, but your bladder sees it differently. That late-night treat, whether it's a bowl of fruit, a bedtime smoothie, or even just a second glass of water after dinner, can undo the very sleep your body has been working all day to earn. So, what's the solution? Start a simple practice we call the liquid cutoff. Set a gentle boundary. No more fluids, including soups, desserts, and drinks about 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to process the fluids, stabilize hormone levels, and prepare for uninterrupted rest. If you're someone who gets thirsty later in the evening, that's okay. Keep a small bottle of water beside the bed, but try to use it only when you truly feel thirsty, not just out of habit. Even this one change, shifting when and how much you drink, can be enough to reduce nighttime bathroom trips and restore hours of deep, healing sleep. If this sounds familiar, if you've ever sipped a little too much tea or had fruit late at night and then found yourself waking up hours later, let us know by typing number 1 in the comments. Your voice helps us reach others who may be going through the same thing, and your presence here means more than you know. Mistake 2. Late dinners and diuretic foods. For many older adults, dinner time has quietly crept later and later, sometimes past 7 or even 8 p.m. Add in a cup of green tea, a bowl of salad, or a few slices of watermelon after dinner, and you've created a perfect storm for nighttime urination. The truth is, your kidneys work on a rhythm, one that's deeply tied to your digestive system and your internal clock. When you eat late, especially foods that act as natural diuretics, you're unknowingly signaling your kidneys to stay active during hours when they should be resting. So, what exactly are these natural diuretics? They're common foods that gently push the body to release more urine. Cucumber, celery, tomatoes, watermelon, asparagus, chocolate, green tea, even coffee. All of them increase urine output, and while they may be healthy during the day, when consumed in the evening, they can keep your bladder working overtime through the night. Let me tell you about someone who learned this the hard way. David Carter, a retired truck driver from Tucson, used to eat dinner around 8:30 every evening, after his meal. He'd relax with a cup of green tea, thinking it would help him sleep, but every night, almost like clockwork, he was waking up at 1 a.m., then again at 3:30, and often once more just before dawn. At first, he blamed his age, but after speaking with his doctor, he made two small changes. He moved dinner to 6 p.m., and he stopped drinking green tea after 4 in the afternoon, within just 2 weeks. He was waking only once a night, and after 3 weeks, he was sleeping through till morning, something he hadn't done in years. This simple shift, eating earlier and avoiding diuretic foods late in the day, helped his digestive system rest, his bladder relax, and his whole body recover overnight. So if you've been eating late or having healthy evening snacks that leave you running to the bathroom, it might be time to give your dinner a curfew. Aim to finish eating by 6 or 6:30. And try avoiding natural diuretics after 4 p.m. Let your body wind down, not ramp up, as bedtime approaches. If this sounds like a habit you've had too, eating late or sipping tea after dinner, type number 2 in the comments below. These small insights can open the door to deep, restful nights again. Mistake 3. The just-in-case bathroom trip before bed. For many people, especially those of us over 60, going to the bathroom right before bed is a habit so automatic, we barely think about it. Maybe your parents told you to do it growing up. Maybe you've done it every night for decades. It seems logical, empty your bladder one last time so you don't have to get up later. But here's what most people don't realize. When you go to the bathroom just in case, even when you don't feel a strong urge, you may be accidentally teaching your bladder the wrong lesson. You see, the bladder is made of smooth muscle, and like any muscle in the body, it learns from repetition. The more often you empty it when it's only partially full, the more it starts to think. This is normal. Over time, it begins to send you signals to urinate at lower and lower volumes, sometimes at just 100 or 150 milliliters. Even though a healthy adult bladder can usually hold 400 to 500 milliliters comfortably, that means your body starts waking you up at night. Not because your bladder is full, but because it has been trained to expect activity and expects it to happen right around the time you've been doing it each night. You're not responding to a real need, you're responding to a habit. So what can you do about it? This is where a method called the true urge principle comes in. The idea is simple but powerful. Only go to the bathroom when you feel a real physical need, not out of fear, not out of routine, and not just in case. Start by noticing your sensations at bedtime. Ask yourself honestly, do I need to go? Or am I just trying to be safe? If the urge feels mild or uncertain, try waiting 10 to 15 minutes. During that time, you can sit quietly, read a few pages, breathe slowly, or listen to soft music. This short pause allows your body to decide for itself, and over time, it helps retrain your bladder to wait until it's truly full before triggering that urge. It's also worth noting that some people, especially those with mobility issues or balance concerns, may feel anxious about nighttime urgency. If that's you, you're not alone, and there's nothing wrong with preparing for comfort. You can keep a small, sealed water bottle or portable urinal near the bed, but the goal is not to use it unless you truly need to. It's there as a backup, not as part of your nightly rhythm. Bladder retraining doesn't happen overnight, but it does work within a few weeks. Many older adults begin to notice fewer awakenings, longer stretches of sleep, and less anxiety around bedtime, and often, this change leads to more energy, a clearer mind, and a greater sense of trust in their own body again. Sometimes, the most powerful changes come not from doing more, but from doing less. Let your bladder rest. Let your body relearn what full really feels like, and let yourself sleep without interruption, the way nature intended. Mistake 4. Sleeping in the wrong position with the wrong pillow. When it comes to nighttime urination, most people focus on fluid intake, medications, or diet. But what often goes unnoticed is how you sleep, not just how long, but how your body is physically positioned during the night. And believe it or not, something as simple as your sleeping posture or the kind of pillow you use could be quietly making your bladder more active than it needs to be. Let's begin with sleep position. Many people, especially those who grew up sleeping on firmer mattresses, tend to lie on their stomachs or in postures that press the abdomen into the bed. Over time, this gentle compression adds pressure to the bladder. Even if it's not completely full, that pressure can stimulate a false signal to your brain, telling your body that you need to urinate even when the bladder could have easily waited. This effect is even more noticeable in older adults, whose bladder sensitivity increases with age and whose abdominal tone may have changed. What once felt comfortable may now be triggering restless nights without you even realizing it. Then there's your pillow, something you may not have replaced in years. If your pillow is too high, too flat, or lacks proper support, it can throw your neck and spine out of alignment. This misalignment doesn't just lead to stiffness or neck pain, it can actually affect blood circulation, particularly in your lower limbs. During the day, gravity causes fluid to collect in the legs and ankles, but at night, when you lie flat, that fluid redistributes into your bloodstream and flows back to the kidneys. If your circulation is poor or your legs have been swelling throughout the day, this sudden shift can overstimulate your kidneys just as you're trying to fall asleep. The result? Increased urine production and more nighttime awakenings. The good news is, you can correct this with just a few simple changes. First, consider adjusting your sleep position. Lying on your left side is generally best for circulation and bladder comfort. Place a small pillow between your knees to help keep your hips and spine aligned. This reduces pressure on the lower abdomen and promotes better relaxation throughout the pelvis. Second, use a supportive pillow that keeps your head level with your shoulders, not tilted up or down. Your spine should feel straight and natural, not bent or arched. And if you've been using the same pillow for more than 2 years, it may be time to replace it. These subtle changes can have a big impact. Many older adults who switch to side sleeping and use better pillow support find they not only wake less during the night, but also feel more refreshed, more mobile, and more mentally alert in the morning. We often think of sleep as something passive, but how you prepare your body for rest makes all the difference. Give your body the posture it needs to let go, sometimes. Better sleep starts not with a supplement or a prescription, but with a pillow, a side roll, and a little kindness to your spine. Mistake 5. Too much heat in your room or sleepwear. We often spend so much time focusing on what we eat, drink, or take before bed that we overlook one of the most powerful influences on sleep: the temperature of our sleeping environment. Specifically, how warm our bedroom is and what we wear to bed can have a direct impact on how often we wake up at night to use the bathroom. You may not realize it, but your body's ability to maintain a stable core temperature plays a huge role in the quality of your sleep. In fact, your body is designed to cool down slightly at night. This drop in temperature is part of the natural rhythm that signals the brain. It's time to rest when that rhythm is interrupted by overheating, heavy blankets, or non-breathable clothing. It doesn't just affect comfort, it activates internal systems, including your kidneys. Here's how it works. When your body becomes too warm during sleep, it starts trying to cool itself. One way it does that is by increasing blood flow to the skin's surface, a process called vasodilation. This helps release heat, but at the same time, that increased blood flow also reaches the kidneys, which begin filtering more fluid. The result: more urine is produced, more pressure builds in the bladder, and more nighttime bathroom trips follow. This process is especially pronounced in older adults. As we age, our ability to regulate temperature becomes less efficient. Many seniors naturally feel colder in the evenings and respond by piling on extra layers, thick pajamas, heavy socks, quilts, fleece blankets. While this may feel cozy at first, it often causes the body to overheat during the night, leading to excessive sweating, shallow sleep, and more nighttime urination. The materials we sleep in also matter. Synthetic fabrics like polyester or fleece tend to trap heat and moisture. They don't allow the skin to breathe. And this can lead to both discomfort and hormonal disruptions that throw off your sleep rhythm. Even cotton, while better than synthetic, can be too heavy when layered in thick weaves or paired with heavy covers. So what can you do? Start by creating a cooler sleeping environment. Ideally, your bedroom should be kept between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the temperature range that supports your body's natural sleep cycle and reduces overnight urine production. You don't have to make your room freezing, just cool enough that your body feels calm and settled, if you use air conditioning. Set a thermostat or use a fan with a timer to maintain airflow, if that's not an option. Cracking a window for a few hours in the evening can help freshen the room and lower its core temperature by bedtime when it comes to sleepwear. Choose lightweight, breathable fabrics like soft cotton, bamboo, or linen. These natural fibers allow air to circulate, wick away sweat, and reduce the risk of overheating. Loose-fitting clothing is also important. Anything that presses tightly against your waist, chest, or thighs can restrict circulation and add unnecessary stress to your body. If you're someone who gets cold easily, that's okay. The goal isn't to sleep cold, it's to avoid trapping heat, instead of wearing thick flannel or piling on one heavy blanket. Try layering 2 or 3 lighter layers. That way, your body can regulate warmth without becoming overheated. Even small details like sleeping with socks that are too thick or wearing a snug undershirt can trigger more sweating and kidney stimulation, without you noticing until it's 3 a.m. and you're up again. Walking to the bathroom. When you treat your sleeping environment like a sanctuary, cool, breathable, and peaceful, your body responds with deeper rest, and often. Fewer bathroom visits. You've cared for others your whole life. Now, let your bedroom care for you. Lighten the fabrics. Lower the temperature. Let your bladder and your entire nervous system know that it's safe to rest. You may have spent years believing that waking up at night to pee was just part of aging, something to accept quietly, something you couldn't change, but now you know better. The truth is, your body hasn't given up on you. It's still listening, still learning, and still capable of healing gently, naturally, and without harsh medication. Sometimes, it's not the big interventions that change everything. It's the small acts of care you offer your body, day by day. A few fewer sips at night, an earlier dinner, a different way of lying down, a softer fabric against your skin. These may seem like tiny changes, but they are not small, not to your bladder, not to your sleep, not to your quality of life. Your body has rhythms, and when those rhythms are respected, something remarkable happens. Sleep deepens, energy returns, and the anxiety of being woken in the dark begins to fade. You are not broken. You are not just getting old. You are simply living in a body that needs a little more kindness, a little more understanding, and a little more rhythm, especially at night. So here's my gentle invitation to you. Try just one of these 5 changes this week. See what shifts. Trust your body enough to believe that it still wants to work with you, not against you. And if you're still here, listening to these final words, that tells me something important. You care about your health. You haven't given up, and neither have we. Please consider subscribing to this channel, not for us, but for you, because each week we'll be sharing more small, powerful shifts like this, all designed to help you age with strength, sleep with peace, and wake with dignity. And if this message spoke to you today, even in a small way, would you type the word hope in the comments below? Sometimes that single word is all we need to keep going. And you never know, your comment might remind someone else that better nights are still possible. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring for yourself. Sleep well tonight. You still matter, and the best, truly, is yet to come.